Finally, today Sensex touched a historical mark of 60,000. So you must be thinking what to do at this level, whether to buy or sell. So to answer this question, please do watch this video till end. I'll tell you what are the valuation, what are the steps to be taken going forward. Friends, my name is C.A. Tapan Doshi. I am a founder of InvestAsam and I am a stockbroker of Kotak Securities. If you want to open a zero intraday brokerage trading account, you can just click below link given in the description. So let's see now what are the positive factors which has led to this rally. One of the first positive factor was Evergrande issue. Now Evergrande issue you must be aware of, that was in China, a big crisis, a big real estate crisis, and because of that, lot of people were thinking that okay, there will be a downfall like Lehman Brothers across the globe, but that did not happen. And actually, all the analysts are telling that that type of crisis will not happen, even though Evergrande will go for a default. And China government is stepping in, so let's see what is happening there. But currently, that issue is not there. That issue is not so big as we are thinking out. Second is US bond tapering. Now, Fed has told that from November onwards they are going to taper the bond purchases. Okay, now this news was very much discounted by the market, and there was a relief rally across the globe and also in the US, so which has given a legs to even Indian stock market rally from last few days. Now, third was that Indian corporate earnings. Now, Indian corporate earnings is really coming very good, and after the pandemic, the growth factor is coming very in a healthy manner, and companies are growing at a good pace. So, Indian corporate earning is also putting fuel the Sensex rally. Now, another is that very good direct tax collection. Now today only figure came, there is a good direct tax collection across India, and it was almost fulfill the last year full year target. So that was also one of the point. Also from last few days, real estate is doing very good. Now across the prime locations and across the cities, the demand of real estate is coming very good, and that is why there is a good rally in the real estate stocks, maybe more than 5 to 10% in last few days only. So now let us deep dive in all these sectors one by one to see what is happening in these areas. So I'm just showing you that this is the real policy rates. Now what will happen to the policy rates from here? Now as you can see, India has not increased their policy rates, still it is at a lower level. However, now Brazil, Mexico, Russia and South Korea are increasing policy rates. However, India and also in the US, they are going to increase their rates slowly and steadily. So as and when rates are increasing, there may be impact on the demand, and of course cost rate of interest is increasing, that will hamper the demand also. So till that factor is not there at India level. Second is real interest rates in across emerging economies. As you can see here, you can see a nominal interest rate. Now it is in India 4%, like Brazil, China, all are below 6%, 5%, mostly 6% 5% below. And also real rates, you can see that some are negative, like in Brazil, India, in South Korea. So all these real interest rates are also negative. That is also adding lot of money supply in the market. So that is also coming to the stock market. So this is also one of the pain point where no additional supply of money is chasing the growth stocks. Then inflation. Now if you see the inflation, now as you can see, there was a spike of inflation in India in October 19 around 7% onwards, around 7%. Then again in Jan 20 it was around 6%. Again there was a spike till July 20 around 7%. But now it is assumed that going onwards, that is from you can say from August to October onwards to January 22, the inflation rate will be around 5.3%. Okay, this is a CPI inflation rate, and the core inflation rate will be 6%. So that is quite low. So that is not an alarming for the RBI to change the policy rates. Again, a very important factor, daily COVID cases. So as you can see from this chart, there was a big spark in the COVID cases when it was around May 21 and June 21. But then after that there is a real fall in the new cases, and now it is below 40,000. So from August, September onwards, the cases are quite low. So maybe they are it is assumed that third wave may come already there, but it may not be so alarming as it was there in second wave. So also the active cases, you can see the active cases are falling, and now there is a steady decline in the active cases. So this will help the companies also to have a good growth going onwards. Now, one of the important factor that if we see our Sensex and Nifty against the world indices, no, and you can say this is a negative factor also. That see, you can see Sensex and Nifty has on, if you can see Sensex increased by almost 13.6 or maybe around 14%, and also Nifty by 13% in last 3 months. However, Dow Jones and Nasdaq are increased by 2.6% or 5.5%. So we are outperforming the global markets in a heavy manner. No, that is also going negative for us, because if you compare with the Asian countries, the Hang Seng is actually negative 15% and Shanghai is 2.4%. So our outperformance is around 10% against the global and Asian markets. So that is a cause of worry. So let's see going on what will happen. Also, you can see the another negative factor is crude oil. Now crude oil is around $77. Now this is at a high level. Okay, earlier it used to be around 60, but now it is 70 cents. So this is one of the factors we have to keep in the mind going onwards. Now GDP rate, if you can see here, the real GDP rate 2021 for India was minus 7.3%. Of course, it's a pandemic year, that's why our growth rate was quite low. But it is expected that in 2022 and 2023 our GDP rate will be 9% and 6.5%. Of course, 9% is there because no, the growth is coming completely in this current year, because last year was at a low base because of COVID. Now, a very important point here. Our Nifty 50 index earning growth current for the current rate is expected 31% because of the low base last year. But for the next year it is 14.3% it is estimated, and also 12.7% estimate. This is our estimation. Our P will be 24.6 for the current year. For next year 21.5 and 19 for the 2024. Now 2022 24.6 or 25 P is quite high. Actually this is a stretched P, so we have to keep this thing in mind. EV divided by EBITDA is 12.7, 11.3, 10. Also book per value 3.5, 3.2, 2.9. RO is 14.3, 14.7 and 14.9 respectively. But the thing is, of course, the market is little bit stretched. Now look, you can see a Nifty index is trading at a rich valuation. Now our average is around 5.5 to 16 P ratio for the over the, means you can take the average, that is around 15 to 16 P. However, we are currently at around 24.5 to 25, which is on a higher side. Okay, even if we take a mean deviation plus 1 also, then also we are on a higher side. So we have to be careful at this level. So what are the other negative factors which may affect Indian stock market is that this Evergrande crisis, currently it is not there, but let us look and see what are the steps China is going to take from here onwards. Now whether they have to contain, because of course it is going to go default. Now whether it will have a big implication, that time will tell. But of course, because of that, China will slow down, and if China is slowing down, how it will impact the world? So that we have to see. Again, the bond yield increase in India and across the globe is going to happen from now, from next month onwards. Of course, in India it will take one, at least in maybe after 6 months they may gradually increase the rates. But after this increase of rate, what implication will have in the stock market? How it will affect the money supply? And once the money supply is been taken out from the stock market, how the stock prices will react? That we have to see. Again, of course, COVID third wave. Now there are, most of our people are telling, or you can say that mostly there is a chances that third wave may not be as big as second wave. But yeah, that is a cause of worry, and we cannot be ignoring that fact also. So that third wave may be one of the negative factor. Again, earning downgrades may come because of global factors. Something happen in any part of the world, and some interest rate implication or whatever. Even in India, something goes wrong from by COVID, or some any policy changes and anything. So that earning downgrades also we have to keep thing in the mind. So these are the various positive and negative factor which I discussed for Nifty, which is there currently. But talking about my thing, my conclusion or what I think about it is that at 60,000 level, no, you should be compensated. No, you should be no little bit taking out profit at a sector or a company where you know that that justification is not there for that valuation. So better to book some profit at the stocks where that valuation is not justified. Put in another stocks where there is a growth in going onwards. Again, no, it should not be like no, you should sell your whole portfolio. No, but partial booking of profit is required. Also, if there is a fall in market, it will be a no harsh one. No, suddenly there will be a big fall. But I don't perceive that there will be a big fall, maybe 5-10% max, not more than that. Of course, if we are in a rousing bull market, the market is doing quite well, and Indian economy is doing quite well, so it is going to go up. But yeah, at this level, looking at even the PE ratio, what Nifty is trailing at, no, it is quite a stretch level. But as you know, we may go wrong. But yeah, little bit of profit booking, but you need to stay invested. So this was my conclusion. And of course, if you have not opened Demat account, if you want to have a trading account where you have a zero brokerage in your intraday, FNO, commodity, no, you can just click below link where Kotak Securities is providing a zero brokerage intraday plan. So you can open and you can click that. And also, of course, our advice will be there for you. So this was it from my side. Me, CA Tapan Doshi, signing off. Thank you very much.